Hello and welcome to a new video here on my channel, here at Comic. This will be my new outdoor kitchen and I have accomplished quite a bit. Today I will be installing the stainless steel furniture. I have drawer systems, various doors and a big surprise. If you want to see how I install the whole thing, if you want to see how it all works and what it looks like in the end, then stay tuned, it will start shortly. This will be my new outdoor kitchen. I showed you in the last video how I built the knee wall and the countertop. The centerpiece of my kitchen will be my Napoleon Phantom 500. I will modify the grill, I will renovate and then install it here in this niche. In the other walls, there and also there. Built-in furniture will be installed. In part I will install doors, but in part, however, also really solid stainless steel furniture. I have placed some orders that have arrived. I will unbox the packages with you. Afterwards, I will show you how I am carefully installing the furniture. The doors arrive solidly packaged and securely within 2 days. One door, I have already carefully unpacked it, and to show you what is included in the delivery, the door is indeed very often packed. A really very good transport security. You see, the door is made of high quality stainless steel with a protective film, and it is durable. The hinge goes all the way through. Inside, there are still braces attached to which I can hang hooks, for example, to secure cookware and similar items. What you can also see, the door holds. There is a magnetic closure. I really like that. Then it closes. The doors are secure and do not open by themselves. As for the quality, I have some small scratches on the inside, but the door is really very well made on the outside. For this price, I really can't complain. This is surprisingly good quality that I received. Additionally, the delivery includes a small steel sponge. For what purpose? What else? I still need to find that out. Then I have a sheet here. It looks very much like a ventilation plate. It appears to be a component of some kind, possibly related to air circulation or cooling systems. I still need to find out what it is for. I am curious and eager to discover its exact purpose and function in the overall setup. This is one of the disadvantages that I have already noticed. There is no installation instructions. I think this is, for the most part, basically self-explanatory. I have here at the side the mounting brackets. Here a screw goes through and the door is directly, very securely and firmly attached to the wood screwed to my kitchen cabinet. However, there is no instruction manual or anything similar. But okay, I don't want to complain about that for the price. Then I have another bag. The handle is an integral component of the tool, ensuring proper functionality. Included in the package is a screwdriver, which is essential for assembling the handle, along with a set of small screws specifically designed for this purpose. That's okay. That works. I'll pack everything back up. By the way, the door, the built-in furniture, and also, I will link the other door for you under the video in the description. If you feel like it, and if you like the whole thing, you can conveniently reorder it this way. For the sake of formality, I will also unpack the second door to see if it is in good condition. Everything is really very well packaged. Here too, the handle, the metal plate, and this small steel wool. And just as far as I can see, everything seems absolutely fine with this door as well. In addition to the two large doors, I also placed an order for a smaller door. This particular door is specifically intended for additional details about the smaller door. The small corner will be carefully and securely installed. Double-walled, as you can clearly see here. Here is the Vivor, a reliable brand. Stickers are black. The film has some small, slightly visible scratches. However, there is no damage to the stainless steel. Also, here, in this section, the fastening is basically self-explanatory. Essentially, I will saw a cutout into the wall, into my wooden wall. so that the door fits just right, and then these angles will be insert the wood, a screw on the side into the wood, and the door should hold. What I don't find so great right now is that this angle, I hope you can see that, is relatively flush ends with the frame. From my perspective, it would have made more sense to adjust this angle slightly, to make it smaller, to set it a little further in, because this way I have to position the hole exactly at this height cut out. I have no rebate, no edge that would cover the hole from the outside. Here, I really have to work very precisely, because if the hole is that big, the outer edge will be affected. Then I see every gap that certainly results from the sides. This could have been solved differently, but I think for the price of just under 100 EUR, I can't complain. The accessories are, also included is the handle. Very nice. I like that. The next door is a double door. This door was originally intended to open from both sides under the sink. To get better access down there, I will also check the same door again in front of the building a grill. It fits very well in that format. This door has the width of the grill. That means I can easily replace the black doors of my Napoleon Phantom 500 by covering this door in front. Here too, you can see some scratches on the foil. However, when I remove the protective film, everything underneath is fine. This door is also made of stainless steel and rust-free, no magnetic closure. I need to check if I still have the magnet to have in the bag that you would expect. However, it doesn't look like that, unfortunately it seems. Two handles are also included conveniently, but the magnet, however, to ensure the doors last, I can also retrofit them. You can buy it at the hardware store. It costs not much. What I like much better here is the installation frame. As you can see, I have the frame with the screw holes around the opening to install the door in the wood, to screw tight. I will make the cutout in the wall as large as this frame is. Then the door is inserted into the wood and secured with screws on the side. On the outside, I have the advantage that I have an overhang of about 2 cm to 3 cm here. Means that the inner hole is just a little smaller than the frame. The frame covers the hole. I can work comfortably and does not have to pay attention to the millimeter. I have some space because the wide frame wonderfully conceals any inaccuracies when sawing. I find that better than with the small door. But well, I have to live with that. I already had this cabinet. Unpacked, it is a model with 2 drawers. The fascinating thing about this model was I was initially surprised that these 2 drawers were literally locked and there was no way to open them. I hooked a small screw into the handle holes to pull out the drawers. And I pulled out the drawer like this. Now I can easily open both drawers. The drawer is firmly and securely locked in its designated place. It is, however, a little bit wobbly. I have a double extension pull-out mechanism that allows for smooth and efficient operation, ensuring ease of use. Drawer. According to the online description, the drawer should be lubricated a bit more. Then it runs significantly better. What I cannot show you at this point in the video, but I want to say, there is a slight smell of oil and grease to be smelled. The drawer probably comes straight from the factory floor and should air out. But the grill initially did not smell any different. After a few days, that was all taken care of. I have here another small box. I assume that possibly the accessories are inside this one. A single handle, a sturdy component of hardware, yet another sturdy and reliable second one, a third durable and robustly designed final piece of a set of handles. The screws are included in this package too. There is even an instruction manual included. However, it is just a comprehensive catalog, serving as a reference guide and not a detailed installation manual for users. That's where it falls short. For me, the big question now is, how will this be secured? When I look at the furniture, I have here the screws, which are specifically designed to securely attach the rails, ensuring they remain firmly in place. These screws are crafted from high-quality materials, providing both durability and stability. In addition, the structure is designed without any other opening, which contributes to a seamless and secure fit. Or screw holes. There is nothing to be seen on the underside either. Nothing on the back side as well. On the other hand, not at all. How am I supposed to install this cabinet into the wall? What if I don't have any holes to secure it to the wall? Perhaps in some way, somehow or another, my thought is, or maybe I could consider some other possible alternatives to the wall, to cut into the wooden wall and place the aerated concrete blocks at a height of 10 centimeters from the floor. To lay down. The blocks are 10 cm thick. I will cover the blocks with a protective film, seal at the bottom. Subsequently, this stainless steel furniture will be placed on the OSB board. Huitong blocks were placed carefully so that everything is flush. However, I have a few concerns. When I very carefully and slowly pull out the drawer, the weight slightly causes the entire body to tip forward. Therefore, everything should somehow be screwed together. I usually like to use the drawers. Remove and screw 2 screws into the aerated concrete block from the inside. This way, I want to install the cabinet firmly in the niche without it wobbling or potentially causing issues, even stolen. Another piece of stainless steel furniture has been carefully and securely shipped with utmost care and great attention to detail in this box. The box has an additional protective edge attached. For unpacking, you should have a good cutter. This is a meticulously designed cabinet, crafted from premium stainless steel, known for its durability and sleek appearance. It boasts 3 generously sized drawers, each providing substantial storage space, making it an ideal choice for organizing your belongings efficiently and stylishly. There is also absolutely no way to open the drawers here. I will definitely take care of that. A screw and pull the extension upwards. The drawers open relatively easily. I initially positioned the 2 cabinets carefully, securely and precisely on the countertop to see how they would look. Let's take a closer look. I am amazed at how far the drawer goes. It can be pulled out. There I can fit in plenty of work materials. The whole thing is also very robust. What I don't like about the 2 models I mentioned earlier, if I put heavy things in here, then the cabinet will be levered down. I have to secure this body in some way. To be able to open the doors again, First you need to carefully and securely mount the handles. What I didn't quite understand, and perhaps you might find this intriguing as well, is there are these small screws for the cabinet. I also have 2 screws, which are specifically designed and carefully included in this set for the handle. As I unpack the handle, the screws are indeed again individually sealed. This is very important. In this section of the project, a substantial amount of aluminum foil is employed, serving a crucial role in the overall construction and functionality. The 2 handles, which are crafted with meticulous attention to detail, are identical in both design and purpose, ensuring a seamless user experience. As for the screws, they are carefully selected and tested to guarantee they meet the necessary standards for compatibility and durability, playing a vital part in the stability and longevity of the assembly process. I can't imagine that the screws in the set really fit. They are just too much, too long. I suspect that these screws are used for the double-walled doors. The drawer is only single-walled, which means it has just 1 layer of material. Here, the small screws, along with the washers, come into play, and are therefore absolutely essential for stability. Push the last little piece in with some effort, precision, and careful consideration. With some endeavor and careful precision. The advantage is that the cabinet is extremely tight and incredibly durable. With this remarkably sturdy cabinet, it is enough if I push the drawer with my finger. That doesn't work here. Here, it has to be. More force will be applied with even greater intensity. I have also installed additional handles on all of the other drawers. Look, I actually managed to remove the drawers from the cabinet. it's relatively simple. Here on the side is a small black hook. On one side you need to pull the hook down. Simply press down on one side and pull up on the other side. This way you can remove the drawer. Direction in which the hook is bent exactly. This is precisely what the running rail looks like up close and very clearly. This way I can indeed see the details. Remove the drawer and clean it. Of course, this also gives me the opportunity to better access the cabinet. Secure. Inside, the cabinet looks like this. The running wheels are functional. They wobble. Not and are quite stable. They glide relatively well indeed. But one also notices that it is a product for is just under 200 euros. I can drill holes here in the side and then attach the body directly with. Screw the OSB sidewall. The cabinet will be installed where the drawer is located. I will very carefully install the first door right in this corner. It is one of the larger doors that I have here. I will place it. What should be considered? On one hand, I have already taken the measurements. Specifically from the inner edge to the other inner edge. That is 35.5 centimeters from top to bottom. It is approximately 51 centimeters. If I attach the door here, this frame will cover my cutout and I can cut the hole with absolute certainty and assurance without any doubt. I definitely have a stud profile behind the OSB board, which provides additional support and ensures stability. And here there is also a stud profile behind the wood, so I can fit in between there. However, I would like to vary this opening, these screw holes on the frame. Attach it somewhere on the side. The OSB board is too narrow for that. This means I still need to screw a piece of wood from the inside. This wood needs to be placed next to the two stud profiles. Will be screwed on. Only then can I install this door next to it. Furthermore, the following should be noted. When I install the door now, at this very moment in time, the door at the present time opens, as you can clearly see, quite relatively wide indeed. When the door is closed, if it is installed far on the left side, it may happen that the door hits the wall. I want to prevent this by ensuring that at least the door handle has sufficient enough space to make a 90-degree turn. Create. This definitely works here. I have enough space for that. I will now, to mark the opening, which is a crucial step in the process, I start at the bottom. To achieve this accurately, I begin at the very bottom of the structure. My floor plate, which is a key component, is almost perfectly level, ensuring stability. I want to balance the different door sizes. I have the large doors here, the small doors and the various cabinets. All should visually match each other. I will do this. I assume the same height from the bottom. I have taken a measurement of 12 centimeters, measured from the floor. I will make a small mark here and draw a line with the level. The width is 35.5 cm. I can also imagine it being a bit simpler. To do it and see how it looks best visually, I need to make sure that the wood fits in between here. That definitely works. On the other side, I will also carefully and securely install the door in a way that looks nice. Here, it would be completely fine. In order to saw the hole into this OSB board, I can either use set the circular saw very carefully on the line, or I drill a hole in the OSB board first, precisely with a drill, with utmost caution, ensuring everything is aligned perfectly and securely without any errors. First, I need to carefully position the corner. Once that's done, I can proceed to place the jigsaw tool precisely into the designated hole. This allows me to accurately cut out the opening, ensuring a perfect fit and alignment with the rest of the structure. After I sawed the hole again, the opening doesn't look quite perfect anymore, but it fits absolutely perfectly now. The truly remarkable advantage of this door is the exceptionally wide frame. This makes it's not really that relevant whether I cut it 100% accurately. You can simply see it, no more. Now just the level on top. Yes, we can do this. The hole for the cabinet is cut and the body fits perfectly into the opening. However, it does not sit flat, but only hangs slightly on the wooden front. In this way, the cabinet rests on the bottom to then gain the necessary stability. I will first do something at the floor. Lay out tar tape securely and appropriately around the gas concrete block that I place flat under the cabinet to protect against rising moisture. Afterwards, we will continue here. Drill holes in the floor and then screw the body to the aerated concrete block. The cabinet is screwed into the wall. It rests at the back on the stone, on the OSB board. I have drilled holes on this side and on the other side, drilled into the stainless steel body and thus screwed the cabinet directly to the OSB board. That holds. I will now very carefully and gently reinstall the drawers back into the cabinet, safely, securely and properly, ensuring everything fits perfectly. Alright, that holds. Now let's see, for the second drawer. Looks good, right? What do you think? Please leave me a comment about this. Built-in components are being considered. It is done. I have installed the doors and the cabinets. The doors close really well. I have plenty of space and will install shelves here. You see, there is also enough space under the sink to access the siphon and the drain easily. Come closer. This door is magnetic, even though I didn't notice it right away. Only this small door is in fact not magnetic, but it closes automatically by itself. Light resistance. There's a magnet installed? Not sure, no. But the door remains closed. Important. I have installed the other door here. And here are the two drawer systems, the triple and the double. Up here, I will place the install sizzle zone. That's why I need the space. On the other side, really beautiful, absolutely very stable. What I don't have, you can indeed see it here. I extremely need the drawer width. Pulling it out requires a little effort. When I give the drawer a push, it doesn't fold on their own. But the drawers close relatively easily. With one finger I can push it effortlessly. That makes the difference compared to an expensive premium product. But you know, I would have had to pay, unfortunately, one more zero for that. This side is missing. One more thing. Specifically, a built-in module that consists of a triple drawer system and the trash can system is included. This module is currently not available. I have placed it on the waiting list. Once that arrives, I will install it as well. When I am finished with that, it will be done. The OSB board is covered. I'm still not sure if I want a vinyl tile, whether I stick on a film or something else. I need something that has very little assembly. I don't want to hide the door behind a structure. Do you have an idea for me? Have you solved it? Please just write a tip for me in the comments below. If you were in my place, you would choose the OSB board for decoration, for a final touch. By the way, the built-in components, doors, my tools, and also the other things that I have installed here. You can find the links to that under the video in the video description. If you plan to build a garden kitchen and want to use these materials, just take a look. Scroll down and click on the links. Same price for you and a small commission for me and my channel. Here in the gap, I will continue with the installation of my gas grill. The Napoleon is still here, the Napoleon Phantom 500. I will remove the doors and I will install a stainless steel double door ordered. This board will be pre-laminated and cut accordingly, so that only this area remains with the rotary knobs can be seen. However, I will continue to use the base of the grill. If you want to know how I do this, how I install this grill, disassemble the side parts and before, especially how I install the side burner, the sizzle zone, here into the countertop, then subscribe to my channel. That way you won't miss any of the new videos. If you like this video, I would be really happy if you liked it, thumbs up, and of course also about your comments. What would you like to tell me? What would you like to exchange with me? Comment this in the comment section under the video. At this point, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, take care. Bye.